Fulton County braces for a $15 million taxpayer hit after Trump legal fee demand.
Oh, wow. Yes, that I love it. See, it's time somebody had the cast iron balls to stand up to this bull. It's wrong what they've been doing. Their process is they know this stuff can't survive the scrutiny of an appeal, but they can put somebody in jail, ruin them politically, bankrupt them, and neutralize them with what they're doing. And I think the best term for it is a new one. It's called lawfare. That is what the Bill of Rights was drafted to prevent. But they are engaged in lawfare, and that is something that is a new term because the process is new to American history.
Let me put this clip.
Willis has intensified. The president has now asked for $6.2 million in legal fees associated with the 2020 election case against him that was dropped last month.
The county commission chairman admits it's Fulton taxpayers who will be forced to foot the bill. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from the Fulton County Government Center with the story. Angelique?
Stop.
Well, good afternoon, guys.
Stop. These people represent constituents. It's the constituents that suffer for their BS. When your leaders back you as a taxpayer into a corner because they've been lying, stealing, and cheating, and you pay the cost, that's indicative of you should have paid more attention to what you were doing instead of casting votes for these charlatans. Let's hear more.
Take a look at this motion. It is super thick. In fact, I've been told some 222 pages now filed by Donald Trump and his attorneys on yesterday here in Fulton County. Georgia's largest county once again finds itself in the national spotlight. This time, President Trump is demanding that $6.2 million he spent fighting the 2020 election case against him. Now, his lead attorney, Steve Sadow, says he empathizes with Fulton County taxpayers, but he believes that DA Fani Willis is to blame because he says she pursued the case to advance her career, while Chairman Pitt says President Trump and the election deniers are to blame.
How can you be blamed if you are denying the election? Hold on. How can you be blamed if you're saying we have open records in our state, and that is the trend in American law? Open records. Why in the hell do you have the audacity to say we should not have open records because we don't want anybody to be able to verify whether we were lying or telling the truth when we told the public something? That is so absolutely preposterous. That's straight out of the Nazi, fascist, communist playbook. Come on. Go ahead.
To move forward in whatever career she was looking to take over. If this notion that she was trying to deal with the law and violations of the law is ridiculous. That's exactly what the prosecutor from the Prosecutor's Council said, and it's what anyone that has looked at this objectively has said. It was a waste of money. It ruined some people's lives. The other defendants, they lost money. They lost career opportunities. Their reputations were tarnished. And as a result of that, now she needs to pay the price.
Taxpayers did nothing. The Board of Commissioners did nothing. And if anybody knows
Stop. What do you mean they did nothing? They elected this bunch of crooked fools, allegedly crooked fools, or maybe they didn't, and those crooked fools stole the election. So who is it that's responsible? The taxpayers for putting them in office, or the people they put in office for malfeasance? Next time around, make sure you don't put in the blue boys and girls. I mean, they get confused.
Chairman Rob Pitts, I was there. nothing happened. I've assured the voters from day one, that every legal vote cast was counted openly, fairly, and the votes were secure. But it's back to President Trump and the deniers. And again,
Stop. Under American law, the president can't charge anybody with a criminal offense in Georgia or anywhere else in the United States. There has to be an indictment that's presented in front of a grand jury. There has to be, to get the evidence, in most instances, an arrest warrant for which search can be conducted pursuant to the arrest or incident to the arrest, or just an independent search, which has to be done. But all of those are issued upon probable cause in front of the independent branch of government known as the judiciary. So
now,
you see,
Fulton County taxpayers, I hate to say, will be on the line for anywhere between $10 and $15 million.
and stop. We're still looking at $7 million of funds appropriated to catch up on unprosecuted felonies in Fulton County that the state legislative body for Georgia wants to find out about. $2 million to keep catch up on sex crime prosecutions, and another $500,000 that was supposed to be dealing with juvenile prosecutions, and that $10 million is missing. So this isn't all that is being put on the shoulders of the people who live in Fulton County, Georgia. They should have paid more attention to who they voted for, or if they didn't vote for these clowns, then they need to find out who stole the elections.
Pitt says that money will have to come out of the general fund. He says we might end up robbing Peter to pay Paul, but he believes we will get through it. That is.
Oh, they've been robbing Peter to pay Paul, all right. But, the taxpayers of Peter and Paul looks like Paulette, or, Fanny, or, such a bunch, or that woman with the glasses on. This is editorial content. This is New York Times versus Sullivan, U.S. Supreme Court, 1962. Commentary.
Well, listen, we went over a little bit, but it's going to be more to come. We still got to talk about Fulton County. Like I said, it's more to come. It's more to come, to be continued. And I just want to say thank you to everybody tuning in today for another episode of Injustice for All with Judge Joe Brown. Thank you, Judge.
I've got on all this warm stuff. It's cold outside, but what I'm hearing is colder than what it is out there with all the snow and ice on the ground. By the way, in your area, are you having a disaster? Is it because of Mother Nature, or is it compounded by the fact that your local Democratic officials stole the money that's supposed to be used for sand, salt, road grading equipment, and snow removal, that's causing you to be subjected to increased hazard by getting outside of your house during weather like this? See, that's another thing. And as far as that goes, in my mind, that's fine. Theft and death on the urban city streets, that's not a standard that somebody ought to meet. So let's clean it up. Let's get on up, shut them up, and we need to move up.